Howdy guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be replacing our window regulators on our GMT-800, so 99 to 06 or 07 Classic as well. This is the rear. Okay, so we're going to go from this to this. Okay, so I basically just kind of started by pulling these guys out with some kind of like a trim tool or a screwdriver or something, ideally not dropping it on the ground. You can just yank this one out too by hand if you got like that. And then it helps if you take this one off as well, or you can just push the deal down so that you can still use it. There is I've been using a 7 to get these out. There's one there and then one down there. Once you pull those out, you can just lift up on this and it'll just come right off. So then this little guy will lift off and we can pull that out. It's not too difficult, to be totally honest. It's just a little clip. See, if you just press down right here, it'll release it. Anyways, if you pull this stuff off nice enough, you might get lucky and be able to just use the old glue that they have on there to put it back up. And before you take the whole motor and frame section out, you have to loosen these 10s and pull them down off the glass while you have it taped up or something. Chances are you already have it propped up in some way or another, so just loosen these enough to do that. And then when you install the new one, you're going to want to make sure that they're pretty loose on there as well, because it can be difficult to get them to slip over the bottom of the glass. And these bolts, or nuts rather, you don't have to worry about keeping, because the new set tends to come with a new one. Probably had you guys tricked for a second when I started the truck looking at the OBS there. Like, that's a GMT-400, not an 800. Anyways, let's get to this. The hardest thing about this is definitely going to be like fishing it in and out. It seems to me like they put this hump here for that reason, because the motor is like the widest part. So it seems like if you can just squeeze that motor through this section right here, then it'll come through. But before that, we have 1, 2, there's a nut right there. So 3, there's another nut right here, 4, and then this is a bolt with a mobile washer on it. So that's 5, and then the whole thing will come right out. But we need to take this connector off. It's basically the same as the one that we just took off for the switch. Okay, so we got this disconnected, and I don't know why they want to switch it up on you all the time, but the first two bolts were 7s, and these seem to be 10s, so the rest are 10s. It's not going to be easy to get this on camera alone, but kind of push that one out like that. Let it hang, and then I think I can. Top first, on the other side, like this. And then, yeah, just make sure that motor part is in that fat piece. And then we'll just put the other one in just the opposite way. As long as the motor fits in between this area, it should be fine. Okay, so I basically just fished the new one in backwards. The bottom part first with the motor going in like this, and then I just kind of like swiveled the top over like this and then pushed it back in this direction. And then this one I slipped the top up in this area first and then put it like it was able to slip the bottom in right there. What you really have to be careful of is making sure that the frame here is in front of like the glass piece there. You can see basically like that, because sometimes if you slip it in and try to bolt it up wrong, it'll come up behind the glass like this, and then you'll have to take all the bolts out and restart it. So basically it's just a reverse game. We're going to mount the motor in the frame first, and then we'll hook it up to the button so that we can go ahead and scroll these down after we loosen them up, pry them apart, and get enough space to get that little section of glass right there in between. So we got the frame and motor and everything all tightened back up in there, and then we loosen these up so that you can see they actually have room in there to get that glass in now, and you actually have to loosen them up quite a bit, so don't lose these nuts. Then we'll reconnect the switch to this piece right here, scroll them up and over the glass, and then we'll tighten them up, put everything back, and we should be done. Okay, so you can see that it's right where we want it to be. The little clamps are over that section of glass. So we're going to go ahead and tighten this up. Not too tight, obviously, because you don't want to break your glass. Just snug enough. And don't forget, before you try to scroll these up, to re-plug in your motor, that connector that goes to the motor in the first place. Because otherwise you'll be sitting here pushing on the switch wondering why nothing's working now. But yeah, I'll show you in just a second. Oh, disconnect your tape, of course. There she is, back to working order. So just put everything back the way it was, you know, lift it up, set it down into these little sections where it hooks on, put the bolts back in, trim pieces back on, and you're good to go, guys. Thanks for watching. Alright, now that that's over with and everything, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my other vehicles. This is my LBZ, obviously, Duramax. It's possibly deleted and lifted 6 inches, and there's a bunch of more things that I want to do to it, but I haven't gotten around to just yet, and it definitely needs some cosmetic touching up. This is my first gen DSM. This thing has had quite a bit of touching up since this video was taken. The hood pins are gone, the stupid decals, stickers and stuff, and then the hatch actually has been replaced with the original hatch again, so it's all white and has the wiper and everything. And then here's my OBS Chevy, which I've been working on getting a 12 valve Cummins put in. It's coming along and everything, but I'm gonna have videos and updates and stuff on that whole process, and everything later on at a later date. It's been pretty slow, so you'll see all of that later on, obviously. And then the next thing is going to be basically, I have a whole bunch of like crew cab square body content that I just haven't uploaded yet. This one is basically painted kind of just like my OBS, like just flat black, other than the hood, obviously. Uh, Not much has been put into it. It's the old dually like you've seen previously on the channel. And then just right across the street, there's the other one that, I mean, we ended up getting rid of the 78, so that's not really here anymore, but we do have a crew cab lined up for the whole Duramax chassis swap, so definitely stay tuned for that. We're going to be uploading that whole process eventually as well. And a lot of you have seen in my previous videos as well, I do still have the 1972 C10. It's going to be coming up as well as far as that 6.5 Detroit diesel swap and everything that is involved with that process. So, and you'll be pretty surprised to hear that other than the Cateye Duramax and the OBS Cummins and the first gen DSM and the crew cab square body Duramax swap and all of that stuff, I also have some Supra and Skyline content coming here pretty soon, so I'm really excited for all of that. I just wanted to say thanks for watching. If you feel like it and you're interested in any of these generations of vehicles, please feel free to subscribe and comment and tell me what you think I should do. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate you stopping by, and I hope to have you visit again.